What's up, Scorpio? It is Ronnie here tonight. I'm here to deliver your guys' messages for the month of March 2020. So let's see what's going on with you guys, or what's gonna be going on with the Scorpio placements. Now, on the bottom of the deck, we have our Child of Boons in reverse. I've seen this card in so many of these readings. I shuffled the hell out of my deck, so I know that's not why. But you are all, kind of feeling this newbie energy. Like you're all getting into maybe new jobs in the month of March, just new projects in general. I want to say things that deal more with stability than anything else, but it could be anything, of course. But this Child of Boons card, in reverse especially, is kind of giving me the sense that you guys are being irresponsible with your finances, or just with your time and your energy and what you're focusing on. Like, I got a feeling you have been handed a great opportunity and you're abusing it. You're not taking things as seriously as you should be, and you're kind of, being more led by greed and gluttony maybe in the month of March. So I say watch out, Scorpio. Make sure you're not just trying to pawn off all your responsibility and laze around or anything like that. So yeah, that's what I get with that Child of Boons. But let's go into the regular spread here. Now, overall, I can see that you guys are blocking something from coming into you. This Ace of Boons is here in our spread today, but it came up in reverse. So there are opportunities being presented to you. There are things just literally falling right into your lap that you could take and use to, create your own stability or create your own project. We're getting a little caught up, and I'm thinking we're getting caught up in our head about these. Maybe overthinking the opportunities, or like the Child of Boone said, taking things for granted. But there's definitely, something is being offered to you guys, but you're not really taking it, or you're taking it with a grain of salt and not committing to it as much as, maybe the person who presented it to you wants you to. With this fairy wind here in reverse, I was talking about the fairy wind the other day, and about how it can be big changes that you don't really have control of. This kind of feels like to me that you Scorpios are getting swept away in some unimportant, just side shit. Like, maybe there's a person who's keeping you very distracted, sweeping you away from your responsibilities. Maybe there's a habit, an addiction, whatever it could be, but you have all these opportunities being presented to you and you're not paying attention to them because you're kind of busy over in La La Land, is what it feels like. I'm getting more of the mischievous vibe from this. Like, maybe a lot of you are misbehaving. If you're younger, I guess you can misbehave as an adult, but who's gonna tell you not to? Is what it really is. But there's something that has really got you distracted, and has swept you completely away from your responsibilities, from your opportunities. If you guys are struggling with addictions and stuff, I can definitely kind of see that here. With the Forge card coming up next to it, there's something you guys are supposed to be working on. There's some skill that you guys have been, building up, getting better at, and it kind of feels like you just dropped it. Maybe in the month of March, maybe a lot of you are going to be susceptible to falling off of what you've been working on this month. So this feels like a big warning to the Scorpios, okay? You've spent how much time invested into this project already? Think about that, okay? How much you've learned, how much energy that you have invested into this. You can't get swept away and maybe scared of the change that it's bringing into your life, because it's good change. You created this change, and now it feels like you're kind of avoiding it. You're avoiding what you created and put into your life. Maybe you're scared of literally succeeding. You're scared of the new opportunities that this is going to open for you. Maybe going back to the Child of Boons on the bottom of the deck, you're scared of the new opportunities that are going to be opened up with all this work you've been putting in. And maybe you feel like you're not going to be good enough. If you take that next step forward, you're like, man, I'm scared of being an amateur again. I'm scared of not being top dog like I am here. So if you guys are like, maybe someone was literally offered promotion, you're like, I don't know if I want to take that, because I'm like, I like to fuck around in the spot that I'm at right now. It's just really the sense that you all could be farther along than you are, You really have put in the energy here. You have the skill set. But when somebody's like, hey, do you want to take a step up, try something new, try to expand your skills, you're like, no, I'm good. You're really getting in your head. There are still 2 challenge cards I haven't gotten into yet. Like, above this Forge card, we have the Child of Challenges in reverse. This is another reverse child card. This one is what's kind of giving me the sense that the idea that you are inadequate for this position, you're fabricating it in your head. You're thinking too much. You've got these new ideas that maybe, got implanted into you. Maybe there's someone who's a coworker, and they're like, bro, if you move up, it's gonna be fucking horrible. You should just stay in this position and get a raise every now and then you're good in 10 years. Why not be good in 2 years, That was a very specific example, but it really feels like that kind of energy. Like you've got new opinions on what you've always been doing, okay? You've adopted somebody else's opinion on the opportunities that have been presented to you. The opportunity wasn't presented to them. It was presented to you. So you need to stop. Don't ask other people what you should do, because they're going to undermine you, okay? They're going to try to keep you at their own level, because people a lot of the time get jealous when you start moving up. They get intimidated and they try to, tear you down. So it feels like mentally you're being held down from taking this opportunity, from taking this next step up. And next to that is our other challenge cards, which is the 10 of Challenges. This card gives me like you've exhausted all the mental possibilities. Maybe you are exhausted, okay? Maybe you've gone through a lot, in the position that you're in. Maybe you feel like you don't have the energy to step it up, to do more than you've already been doing. But this is all, this all comes from a mental place. Like, he still has a horse to ride on. He still has feet to walk on. His sword's broken. He still has a helmet. It may seem like there's no possible way that this could get done. But that's just the limitations your brain are putting on it, okay? So this card kind of just gives me the sense that you need to take a step back and you need to let go of all the mental tension you have over this subject. Look at it in an objective way. Let go of your subjective tension that you have on it. Don't just walk around getting more opinions, filling your heads with more possibilities of what could happen, of what's going to happen. You're thinking too much about, the outcome of what's going to happen when you're literally at the beginning, okay? You have to focus on what's right in front of you, not what could possibly be 10 steps down. And with this Hermit card reversed underneath it, this kind of emphasizes some overthinking for me. Like, it also feels like not leaving your comfort zone for the same, what we've been talking about. You don't want to leave this comfort zone of the position that you're already in. But if you really sat down and took the time to, rest a little bit, to quiet your mind, then you're going to come to a better conclusion than all this overthinking conclusions that you have here, than the 10 way too paranoid conclusions that come with this card. If you don't just, sit one out to continue overthinking and sit it out so, you can ignore the opportunity that's been given to you, then you're just, it's not going to be productive. Sit out, okay? You can sit out and make it productive and, actually calm your mind, actually think of a good game plan rather than a paranoid game plan. Yeah, so we need to step away from the overthinking. We need to step away from trying to, get an opinion from everyone else around us, because even in this, the Forge, everyone's still doing their own job. Everyone's still going to be seeing things from their own perspective. So you have to focus on your perspective and your role in your job. You can't, ask this guy over here who's doing something completely different than you what he thinks about getting promoted or whatever's happening, because he's going to view it way different than you view it. Sorry, that was the cat. You're clouding your head with way too many possibilities instead of just taking the possibility that was presented to you. Just take it and go with it, okay? Just trust that it's gonna benefit you. Try to look on the positive side of things and don't let yourself get all swept away, and don't just sit around being distracted hoping that it'll pass and you won't have to make the decision. You have to make the decision, but it's easy if you let it be. It really is. Alright, I think that's all we have for you guys today. So Scorpios, please let me know what you think. I'll take any and all feedback. And I hope you guys have a great night. I'll see ya.